Hey guys, it's me, Kerbeck Senpai again. So today I just wanted to, give you guys my thoughts about what I thought about Superman. Yeah. So, I didn't have like really high expectations kind of walking into this. I'm not gonna say I was like one of the Snyder boys where I'm just like actively picketing this movie and acting like it was gonna be the worst thing in the world. But I did really enjoy the Henry Cavill rendition of him. Although he was very dark and they didn't really give him like a good like he never felt like Superman, mostly due to scripting. But yeah, I just wasn't really looking forward to this one though. But I did like that interpretation, the Man of Steel. Man of Steel. So, you know, so we went to the theaters, telling you guys Dolby Atmos, precision calibrated audio and everything. And let me tell you, boys, I don't know. Regardless of all of that, I just kind of found myself at certain points of this movie just I don't know. I almost like felt like I was like dozing off a little bit, but we'll get into that. So, I did jot down just a couple little notes here. If you mind sitting with me. Hey, but before you sit with me, if you can, just give the video a quick like and sub, guys. It really helps the channel grow. So, yeah. To start, I did not like the opening scene. I've never been a big fan of telling me what's going on through text and whatnot. I know that they like kind of put out a what was it like a report that they were not going to try and do the old Clark Kent coming down and actually arriving on Earth thing because it's been seen so many times and everybody knows it. But it really hurt the film to begin with because it was just like, okay, we're just kind of thrown into something here, and it's like all of what they said in text sounded super interesting. It did, but they could have did like a quick summation, like like just some like even like a AMV style something, that like that would have been pretty darn hype. But no, like he just drops down into snow and boom, here's Superman. Oh, guys, I'm just gonna tell you now. Probably should have said this before. There's gonna be lots of spoilers. So if you don't want to get spoiled for the movie, this is not the review for you. But if you guys just want to discuss the movie, this is your video. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, I did not like that opening scene. I just wish to God they would have did something else. Like, give us some background information. We know who Superman is, but it would have been nice to see what your Superman is going to be. You get me? So they didn't do that well. Like, although they wanted to roast the Snyder movie for that opening scenes and whatnot, although some of them were silly, we all know that scene. We're not going to go over that right now, but like, at least we knew what direction they were going to go with that Superman. This one, it was just, boom, we're just thrust into something. Then next on the agenda, I did not like the dynamic between Lex and Superman in this movie. Like, they almost nailed it. I swear they would have if one, they gave us some background information. Like, we don't get anything concrete really about the Lex and Superman dynamic until the end when he's like goes on his Galileo rant and all this other stuff. But like that would have been great to have earlier in the movie. Like, I've been waiting for a movie to really nail Lex. Nicholas Hoult really did a good job, but it was like the script they gave him, man. Like, they did not give him enough scenes. They did not give him enough scenes to really explain the hate that he has for Superman. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that was like a really big bummer. I didn't like that. I did like him as Lex, but it's just I wish to God they'd have gave him more. Next on the agenda, I did really enjoy the Superman and what's her name? Lois Lane. Oh geez, I just drew a big blank and I'm literally looking at the name right here. Yeah, the Lois Lane and Clark thing. That was cool. I really enjoyed the interview scene. Like the little back and forth, the hashtag super shit thing. That was hilarious, guys. That was hilarious. And then like when they almost like started getting into the deeper moral compass of Superman and how he does kind of step his foot into things that he probably shouldn't without proper protocol and whatnot. But yeah, it's true. Like, Superman's not gonna think about proper protocol when people are going to be, oh, my line monitor, please excuse that. Yeah. He's not going to think about proper protocol when people are dying. Like, it really like starts to hit the moral compass of like man and whatnot in real life, like Like maybe like this country over here is going through this, or that country over there is doing that. Do we just sit back and let it happen, or do we like step our foot in? It's a very complicated thing to think about, and there's no real right and or wrong answer because it's just, what was it? A show I was watching, it, just like philosophy. It's just a philosopher thing, like which is the right way to go. And, they don't truly go over that, but, like they do, touch upon that. And it was good. I like their dynamic. And then the fact that, like she even said, hey, yeah, man, I'm not good in relationships. Like I would never expect a Lois Lane type, someone who's like so job oriented. And like, if you ever used to watch like the old Superman show, like she was like one of the most dangerous people on the job because she's going to do everything she can to expose the truth. So that sounds like somebody who's like a workaholic. How would they be good in a relationship? But then, Superman's, oh yeah, and I did want to say it, like this movie was very campy in nature, and like Superman's campy nature really helped the movie. Like, okay, so that goes into the next point. Let's go into the next point real quick. Yeah, like I said, this is a very campy movie. Like it did feel like we're just going on a regular old Superman adventure. They did nail that. Like, now that versus the Snyder movie, I never felt like I was watching Superman in the Snyder movies because he was never happy. Like Superman is supposed to be like a symbol of hope and peace and justice and he's supposed to be like a Boy Scout. Like they used to call him all the time, like a Boy Scout. He felt like a Boy Scout in this movie. Even so, let's go into this point. I did feel like that squirrel scene was a little over the top, but I could see Superman doing that. Like I'm going to literally, hey, in the midst of like all of this destruction, I'm gonna find time to even save this squirrel. Woo! Ran out and saved the squirrel. I died laughing about that. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, but that is Superman. I would expect to see Superman do something like that. But I don't know, like I said, spoilers, guys. So we're about to start hitting some more spoilers. Oh, and Fillion as Guy Gardner, amazing. That was hilarious. He needed more scenes, y'all. James Gunn, get that man more scenes if you're gonna include him in future iterations of Superman movies, or even give him his own, comic book movie. It would have been great. But yeah, like I said, during the second half, I don't know, guys. It was just like I found myself nodding off, getting sleepy, and it was like something about the second half, it just started to get really rushed feeling. I don't know. And like things, like I said, it really would have helped if at the beginning of the movie, we really get some background on these characters, because I never felt like I cared about some of these characters. Like I almost didn't care even about Superman himself, because like, I know who Superman is, like as a comic book fan, but it would have been nice to see who James Gunn's Superman is. They tried their best to do it throughout the movie, but it would have been good to see that opening sequence of seeing Clark arrive, and like maybe even like Superman during his first rescue, and you see like Lex just sitting in the background somewhere as he sees on the screen that this alien is coming, doing these crazy things, and like just seeing him seething or something, like him building up the hate, like on some Harry Osborn or not Harry Osborn, but what I'm talking about, like Green Goblin, like him just getting angry about this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have been great to see that. So I didn't feel myself caring about how these characters ended up. But I don't know, guys. Like, and then like the big bad in the end, I like what they did, because like, okay, spoiler again, like I said, here it comes. I like how we're going to be seeing, like I even had to explain this to my brother, that they are going to be bringing Bizarro. Oh my Lord, I'm gonna have this problem next video. We're going to be seeing Bizarro hopefully in the next movie. But the way that they implemented him was super boring. Hearing Lex go A5, 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 It was just like, this is stupid. It just felt so uninspired. But I get it. Okay, yeah, like, you know, you made a Superman clone. This is a Superman clone that they manufactured. They found some DNA at a random site. It would have been nice to see that, but they didn't show that. But okay, fine. It's just this movie suffers from not giving us enough about the characters to care about them. And now, like, I couldn't scratch the issue, like what it was. I literally like I said, I found myself falling asleep because we just didn't have enough information. So yeah, so we see Bizarro. He's getting like freaking chess moves, A5 this to B6, blah blah blah, and that was super boring. And man, I'm telling you guys, Superman gets his butt kicked so much in this movie. I mean, I was so tired of seeing him fight. I think that was another thing because I always knew he was gonna lose. He just kept losing, y'all, throughout this whole movie. This is the most loser-esque Superman we've ever had, and that's not his fault. That's the script's fault. I don't want y'all to feel like, oh, I'm saying this guy's a loser. He's not a loser. He played a great Superman. I loved him as Superman, but I didn't like what they did with him as Superman throughout the movie. But overall, I did think it was a solid movie. It just wasn't a great movie. You get what I'm saying? But oh yeah, going into the Bizarro thing, I did want to just touch on that a little more. Yeah, so yeah, they have a clone. He's really dumb. They sent him into a little black hole, and we know how like Bizarro's like DNA starts breaking down and whatnot. So I hope we do see in a future iteration Bizarro. This will be the first time I've ever seen him live action. So yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, the movie overall, like Big Bad, was kind of weak and boring. It was really boring, his implementation, but I do like what they may do with him in the future. Like you know, you got to give movies time to build their universe, and they didn't do a great job of building it for the first movie, but we'll see in the next movie. If I had to even give this movie a rating, I'd probably give it a Ooh, my brother's gonna kill me. He is going to be so angry. But I'm gonna have to give the movie like a 6. Yeah, sorry, gotta give it a 6. I told you, like, I just didn't care much about the characters too much. I did love how he played Superman. I didn't like what the script overall did with him. They needed, like, they got to do like a director's cut. They got to do a freaking James Gunn cut. Maybe he wanted to show more, and they said, no, we're tired of doing this. You know, we're tired of seeing this. We got to see the beginning of Superman. We need to see Lex and his hate and whatnot grow and give us enough to care about these characters. It even would have helped the Lois dynamic, seeing them actually fall in love together. So yeah, like I said, I just didn't care enough. So I'd have to give it a 6. So that's all I had to say, guys. Appreciate you guys clicking on the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you later.